All right, and we are back with another episode of the Pass the Vibes podcast with your host, of course, J-Rod. Yeah, I don't know. It might be the weather that got me. It's not. I'm not down, and this is completely weird opening, but yeah, my energy is like kind of more underwhelming than normal, but I'm getting there. I'm fine though because we gotta. No, I'm fine. Right, we got a great guest, another great guest today. But as always, we have Shady McGrady, aka Zero, aka. Who are you today?
It's your man Uncle Drew in the building.
Oh Jesus Christ, man! I can't believe it.
That's right, young blood. And I just want all y'all to know that life has always been, currently is, and will always be about getting buckets.
How many times have you seen that movie? Anyway, introduce our awesome guest. I'm not even entertaining your. I don't like to entertain your nicknames anymore, dude.
I've seen it once, by the way.
Just
with our guest. So it makes perfect sense because I actually went to the movies to see it with our guest today.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I saw that in a hotel. They were playing it on the basic TV channels.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Today on the Pass the Vibes podcast, we are once again joined by a very special guest in the building. Now, over the course of my life, man, I've had several different tag team partners. You and I, tag team partners with Pass the Vibes.
No, you're my sidekick.
Our guest from a couple weeks ago, Miss O, tag team partner when it comes to teaching preschool music class. Tina, my tag team partner with different aspects of life.
That's just your sister at this point.
This dude right here, man, was one of my several, but probably my most prolific tag team partner at Toys R Us. I remember when he was a rookie, man, his first day, he was wide-eyed, didn't really know what was going on. But me being the OG that I am, I took him under my tutelage.
Oh, God.
And I pretty much taught him everything he knows. And together we end up having a great run at Toys R Us back at house.
We did.
But outside of Toys R Us, my man here has an extensive resume. He a veteran of the United States Marine Corps, where he served a number of years.
Yes, sir.
Definitely something that we salute around here. He is both a current member, but also a veteran of several flag football leagues across South Jersey, a former champion as well, proud father of two, and of course, I gotta say, he is the most injury-prone basketball player since Greg Oden.
I feel like that's me, though.
I don't know.
I might have you top, maybe.
We might as well call this dude Oden Jr. right here, man.
That sucks.
He not only models his basketball game, but also his day-to-day life after his favorite athlete of all time, Mario Chalmers.
I knew he was going to say that.
Are you just saying that? Is this one of the guys you say he looks like or something?
Nah. I said Miles looks like Norris Cole. He looked like Josh Smith at one point.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, with the headband. With the headband.
But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to our show our friend, my boy, Mr. Willie K2. Our boy Kyle. What's good, bro?
Willie K.
What up, fellas? What up, everybody? Oh, man. He said Mario Chalmers.
That's your favorite.
Knew that one. He could have said big fella, anything.
Bro, I remember one time we were in the back room and Kyle was just listing off all his favorite basketball players, and he said the likes of Rasho Nesterovic, Slava Medvedenko, Tom Gugliotta, the Mad Dog Mark Madsen.
Don't forget your
Kwame
favorite,
Brown.
Jake Voshka.
Yo, you're just listing off just European titans, bro.
But through all these guys, man, my boy here has always just been a massive Chalmers fan. Anytime
Never.
Chalmers,
that's why I was like, that has to be bullshit. I've never heard of that.
Anytime Chalmers did something, I'd get a text from him with just like Chalmers highlights. I'm like, man, this dude loves Chalmers.
That's because Ant said he was the most significant person on the Heat's roster.
Hell no, everyone knows I'm a LeBron fan, bro.
Next to Chalmers. You said Chalmers was number one.
Look, bro, it's okay.
LeBron is like underneath him, and then you use like Jordan somewhere.
Jordan's around there.
Jordan definitely is beneath LeBron. Don't at me.
You said beneath Chalmers too?
Yeah, you know what? Might as well. Put him beneath Chalmers as well.
You're wild.
Put him beneath Udonis Haslam.
That's what I said. I was
put
like,
him all beneath all of
them. When it comes to that, well, the whole Chalmers thing, just shut up about.
That's his. Don't say that to Kyle, bro. That's his boy. Kyle loves Chalmers.
I might have to look at my phone, see how many messages he sent.
But, yo, you could literally probably just type in his number and then search in your thread Mario Chalmers, and you'll see how many messages come up with Mario Chalmers in actual text.
But man, he loves them in the big three.
Jesus Christ. No, when it comes to that whole debate, the three titans of basketball, like it. Well, there's more than three, but the more three that are always debated against, I don't even like getting in that argument anymore. I mean, because I know where I stand. I'm a Kobe fan. Shades is a LeBron guy. I don't know. What are you? Are you Jordan?
I'm a Kobe.
Kobe? Okay, cool. And then, then there's, a ton of Jordan supporters.
I'm Kobe, but I still say Kareem.
See, and that's what I'm saying. There's more than just three titans. But in the argument, it's usually always those three. But, like, how I just kind of, like, shut people up with that argument. Number one, I don't want to argue with you. Two, it's just three different generations of basketball. Three different styles of play. Like, Kobe is like the closest to like almost like a replica, because like I've seen like those cool videos where like they'll put like a Kobe highlight over a Jordan highlight, and it's almost like it's almost like just frame for frame, and it's creepy.
They always call them the remix
in an amazing way. But like when it comes to like the debate, it's mainly LeBron fans. And I'm sorry, I'm calling out LeBron fans, but like y'all are annoying sometimes. Like LeBron's like the most dominant. Like, bro, he plays in a different league. He is. Do not get me wrong. He is the top player. He is the top player. I don't argue against that. It's just when they start arguing that the generalized debate on Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, and then obviously, you have Kareems, you have Larry Birds, you have Magic Jordans, you have fucking, I'll go way back, you have Dr. J's, you have Clyde Drexler, you have all these people who did amazing shit. But LeBron fans, there's something wrong with y'all sometimes,
hey,
bro.
Man, we just get defensive about it.
It's not defensive. Bro. It's just like, shut up. Like, he's great. We get it. There's going to be another generation that's going to be like of little assholes who are going to say,
Zion.
Jakeem, why not, is going to be better than LeBron, whoever.
You know that the internet has dubbed the term for all the LeBron fans, they call us bronzexuals.
Yo, that's hilarious. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, bro, it's all over.
Of course you would know that, too.
It's all over YouTube. They'll be like...
Bronzexual. A lot of time, I think it just... people gravitate to who's dominant during that era.
At the point, yeah. And that's another thing. It's who you grew up with. Like... I was watching this one podcast, Your Mom's House. Shout out Your Mom's House podcast. He, the guy Tom Segura, he grew up in the Jordan era. So it's just like, and he was talking about this almost the same topic. It's like, people always compare, at first it was Mike and Kobe, because Kobe was the new guy and was just dominating. And then it was Kobe LeBron. And then, LeBron's dominating. But he's just like, he grew up watching the spectacular just play and skill of Jordan, and then that's when he saw all the younger people like gravitating towards Kobe, and it's just, and that's what it comes down to. At the end of the day, there is no argument. It's all generational, and just that's what it is. They're playing in it's three different leagues, and the league is gonna get it's different right now. There's going to be some fucking... there's going to be some crazy fucking bubble player in the next 10 years. Whoever. If they keep continuing to play in a bubble. But whatever. I'm just saying, three generations, there is no argument. That's what I say. In my opinion, there is no argument.
It's all a matter of opinion.
Yeah, you can have your favorite player, of course. Like, and I'm not saying that oh, you're an idiot for... being a bronzexual. That's hysterical. I love that. That shit's funny.
Bro, it'd be all over YouTube. It's like, especially
See, I don't look into
Shannon Sharp, because he's debating against Skip Bayless. He is the biggest LeBron fan, so everyone would be like, yo, here comes that bronzexual Shannon Sharp again.
Oh my, they say that live?
No.
I was like, they can't say that.
These are the YouTube comments and stuff.
Okay.
I'm waiting for it. Like, eventually it's gonna start catching on, like the mainstream. They'll be like, "Yo, you bronzexual."
I don't think they'll ever say that.
It's gonna be like Chuck or Shaq, someone with no filter to say it.
Oh, Chuck will say it.
Yeah, Chuck will say it.
You might be right. But yeah, in today's day and age, super PC culture, no one will dare to say that on air.
Chuck will.
They're like, "What are you making fun of?" Never mind.
They Chuck will, because he just makes
Chuck
fun
doesn't
of Shaq.
give a fuck. Yeah,
he's making fun of Shaq.
Chuck doesn't.
Chuck is.
He called him a Karen. Oh, Karen's like an acceptable PC. Karens are funny, dude.
Chuck is a gem, man. I love Chuck. Inside the NBA, those guys are amazing to watch. Hilarious.
I could just watch that show. They should just make that like a mainstream show.
They need to have like a daytime show.
You know, they were supposed to have a whole documentary that ended up never came out because of the whole pandemic thing. It was gonna be like a whole 6-part series or something like that. I remember they announced it during All Star, and I was like, man, I can't wait to watch this. And it just ended up getting postponed. But yeah, I love those guys, man. So many classic segments on there.
Oh, definitely. Shaqtin'
the Fool. It's my man's Kyle's favorite phrase.
Yeah.
Definitely.
As we're about to record this episode, this guy over here, Shades, was shacking up, man. Just he was literally trying to be like a little kid. Like, here's the setup. I'm catching up with Kyle a little bit, and then he's eating his meal, and I just see him wiping the counter like vigorously, and he keeps looking in the side of his eye, thinking I don't notice. I notice everything, dude, and I'm just like, what did he do? So I didn't want to cut off Kyle. And then I keep seeing him go into my kitchen and get more paper towels or napkins.
And get more napkins.
And just using water. That's another thing that just tripped me out. He's just using water to wipe up something. And I have cleaning stuff here. But he was like, and then I'm like, dude, what did you do? And he's like, yo, man, I didn't want to show you that I like the whatever you ate left like a mark on my counter. And he was like, I was just trying to clean up without you noticing. I'm like, dude, I noticed the entire time you were sitting there rubbing my counter.
It's because...
and I'm like, you could just ask for cleaning supplies. Like,
I remember like 2 months ago or whatever, there was like the red stain that popped up on your counter.
Yeah, and you were like, oh, that
was... Yeah, I didn't know where it came from. So I'm like, man, it wasn't me.
It was her.
So then it was because that was the episode. It was one of our guests came through, and they had this... And I don't know. We were both sitting at the counter or whatever. I had like a Target bag, and it was like the little. I guess I don't know. I put my hot food on top of it or something.
It was that box that you had.
Yeah,
it like melted off the plastic.
Yeah. So I remember you were like, yo, that red stain, was that yours? I was like, nah, man. But then the second time I noticed it was mine.
It was you, yeah.
So then this time, I had put it was like one of those Stouffer's meals or whatever, and I had put the hot food on top of the cardboard.
Knowingly, I have plates. I have
paper
towels.
I don't know why I did it, man. I guess it's just a habit sometimes. But then I lifted it, and I felt like the thing just stuck to the counter. I'm like, oh no.
It was me.
So then I lifted it up, and it was just like a giant...
I did do it.
A giant wad of like red and green and blue all on the counter.
So now I have like a slight blue permanent stain on my counter.
Yeah, I'm over here sitting there like, all right, let me just try and wipe this down real quick.
It probably will. But if he would have used that awesome spray I had, it would probably came up right away. But he was rubbing at it for 5 minutes with water and a napkin. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. It's literally like a kid. Like, they did something bad. They're just quiet. And then
all the time.
They're just trying to... Oh, yeah. It's like you know exactly what...
It's quiet. Why is there water on the floor?
Why is it too quiet?
Why is there napkins all around it?
Or a towel. I remember when I used to fuck up, I used to throw a towel on it.
Up.
Throw a towel on it and sit on it. Try to like quicken the process.
It was there. I cleaned it up. Oh. No, you didn't. It's still there.
But, Kyle, how in the hell have you been through all this? Because are you still with that the sun? I won't say the name. The sun panel company.
I am.
Okay. I am. So how did that? Because I know like every industry has been affected differently. I mean, teacher over here. I'm in the corporate sink company, and you're out here fucking installing panels. And so how did that happen? Like, how did that process happen as like the world shut down?
Actually, we just never stopped.
Oh, so it was like an essentials, I guess, type of thing?
Yeah, it's technically essential in my eyes. It's not, because it's kind of like a luxury.
That's what it's like a choice.
Yeah, but we've been going. Only thing, we just don't travel as much as we used to, as far out, because, some states got their quarantine methods and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Or different from state to state. Yeah. You're right.
So
as long as you're not in Florida, you're fine.
Yeah. we haven't gone to those, although we have been in New York.
Yeah, but New York, well, according to the, articles I read and they've been okay with like their numbers, but
we're on the roof most of the time.
Yeah.
So we don't really...
You don't interact. Yeah, you don't even really interact with the people. Do you have to wear a mask though while you're on site?
I wear it just to knock on the door.
Oh, okay. Like I'm here.
Hey, I'm here. Don't be surprised. Some guys, in your yard climbing up on your roof.
I know, right?
But besides that, I really try to have very little contact with anybody that I'm not working with.
Okay. But and then so it's almost been like nothing has stopped for you pretty much.
Pretty much. The only thing now is they did cut back on our overtime, but besides that,
it's been pretty normal still.
Yeah, we still go to work every day. So we pretty much haven't stopped. But that's kind of wishing I would have stopped.
Bro, like you got that unemployment money.
Yeah, that sounds real.
Dude, people are banking out here.
Exactly.
Yeah, the dude next to you is banking right now.
Yes, sir.
Piece of shit.
Shout out unemployment, bro.
Right.
I mean, maybe I shouldn't shout you guys out that early because I feel like I'm gonna get hit with taxes next year.
I was thinking about that.
It's gonna be like I'm gonna owe like 3 stacks or whatever. Just they're gonna be like, yo, give us that shit all back.
Yeah, your refund is gonna be like nothing. You're like,
no, I'm gonna owe money. I already know it. I'm probably not gonna get anything.
Like I was thinking about that. Like man, I was like man.
Well, if you're stacking,
everybody making money off the unemployment, I should totally go on unemployment. But then I was like, it's gonna be a catch next year. Like all these people that's making, it sounds good now, but
it does sound
next
good.
Year they're gonna take a hit somewhere.
That's why I've made it a point not to just go crazy with the money. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I have enough that way in case the taxes come around next year. I owe a balance. And here, y'all are good.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's gonna come back.
Ain't
nothing free.
I never, for a fucking fact, I never even got my my first one.
You didn't get your stimulus check?
No, it went to the wrong address.
How the hell did it go to?
It went to my old address, and I mean that's just karma for moving so damn much in my life. So yeah, May came around, and then everyone was getting their shit, and I know that I never filed my taxes. Okay, I filed my taxes. I never filed my taxes with a direct deposit. I always went to like a friend. They did it for me, and then mailed the check to my in my parents' house. So this was the first year. Obviously, like a lot of people, you don't go see a lot of people. So I was like, oh, I'll just do a little TurboTax deal, and then I did that, and everyone was like, yeah, I just got it in my direct deposit. I'm like, shit. So I guess they'll just mail it to me. But I'm like, shit. What address do they have on file? Like, is it my parents? Is it my last residence? Is it here? And so I did my current year. So I did this year's income tax. I did the whole direct deposit setup. My address got updated. And then another month goes by. So it's June. And I'm like, I still never got it. I look up the way to see if it got sent or if it got cashed or lost. So I went through all the steps and I found the website. And you're able to like track your check. And it was like, yeah, this check was mailed like May 15th to this address. And it was my Audubon address. I'm like, fuck. But it hasn't been cashed. And I just have a really bad issue with procrastination. Because I should have called probably in June that like, hey.
See if it got sent back.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to contact them and update your address. And then they said it would be like a month to 6 weeks for them to resend it to you. So yeah, I could have gotten it.
That ain't never coming.
I could have got it by now, but I'm just such a lazy asshole sometimes. So I know I have to fucking do it because like, you know, there were talks about the second one.
Yeah.
So if they do send a second one, all of that stuff is in there now from this year's income tax that I filed. So they have my address, they have my direct deposit, all that's on file now. But to get that first one,
good luck.
We'll see if that ever comes through. But when I think about it now, retrospectively, with the whole taxes thing, shit, maybe if I never cash it, I won't get taxed for fucking, you know, if, you know, when that stuff starts happening next year. But it would be nice just to have like a, you know, an extra stack floating around just in case. But yeah,
I didn't even think that was real at first.
What? That it was gonna come out?
Yeah.
It sounded like a pipe dream.
Did you get your stimulus check?
Yeah, you're like, is that what?
What are you talking about? Like, you think that's real? They just gassing you up. Like, yeah,
it did sound fake for a while. I'm
like, all right. And then I got an email from a bank, and it's like, things you need to know about your stimulus check.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait.
Was it Wells Fargo?
Nah, you didn't say.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, word?
Yeah, Wells Fargo sent me.
And I was like, let me actually look this up. And I was like, oh, I did.
I'm getting. And you got
nice.
it?
Yeah. I was like, that's nice. Yeah, that sucks. You got to search yours. You got to track yours down.
Yeah, I mean, who knows who's living at my address now, I doubt that they returned it to like the office so they can send it here. I doubt that happened.
No, people don't do that.
No, are you kidding me? I do it. I
would.
Like here, I was getting so much mail from the previous residents, and I'm in residents as in plural. Like I got at least, so there's one guy who I would always get, his name was like Victor Giuliani or some shit like that. And then there was like some Indian or Middle Eastern name that was here. And then there was like a Mexican dude who used to live here. I would consistently get their mail on a daily basis. And I wouldn't throw it out because like some of it was like credit card statements. And I'm like, shit, they need this. So I would just go to my office and just throw it in their mail slot because they told me to do that when I first started living here. They're like, yeah, just put it in our mail slot and then we'll like send it to them because like they obviously know like where they return to sender. Like but after a while, I'm not gonna admit to that.
Yo, but you're getting big money now, man, compared to Toys R Us. So like,
oh, definitely.
Like I said, bro, do you remember when you first came in? You know, you were out here just being a straight rookie until I took you under my wing. So. What do you remember about like your first day? Because I remember
my first day. I remember.
You were 2014, right?
2013. I said this in the. You remember Kurt, right? That used to work.
The curly hair.
Yeah.
And he used to work in electronics.
Yeah. So he came through here a couple weeks ago.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Right, Kurt was here.
We had a good episode, everything. But I was telling him how his class was low key one of the best like recruited classes because it had Miles, Kurt. I think Kyrie was in that first class initially. I don't think he was in your orientation, but like his first run, he was there. I think Yasmin came in that one. So it's a lot of heavy hitters coming in 2013. And I remember your first day, you and Kurt were there at the same time because Justin ended up training Kurt. I remember you were supposed to train with Garnett.
I was supposed to train with Garnett. You're like, yo, Aunt, come here, Aunt. This guy. Show him the rope. Show him what we do here back in the house.
Yeah, man. It was. I remember Garnett was like, he's like, hey man, he's like, hey man, I gotta go do these bay audits. That's all he ever said, bro. He's like, man, I gotta go do these bay audits.
He was always doing bay audits.
And I remember at the time, this was like I'll say this right now, like Garnett's a cool guy and everything, but that definitely wasn't my favorite person to work with, because I remember at the time too, I was still in school.
Yeah, Steve too.
Yeah, Steve. That was another heavy hitter.
Oh yeah.
I remember at the time I was only working Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays because I was in school the rest of the week. So I remember me and Garnett would always get scheduled to work on Friday nights. And I remember I was like, all right, cool, another back of house do this here. We could split the workload. And he was supervisor at the time too. Yeah. I remember every single time they called for the back room, I had to answer. He was like, hey, Ant, can you get that, man? I'm doing these bay audits. He's like, man, I'm helping the guests right now. And eventually got to the point where I just snapped on him over the walkie. I was like, hey man, like you don't do like I don't know why you're calling me for. This was like months later. I remember like you remember Joanna? Were you around? You were around for Joanna, right? Her. She ended up coming to the back room and she's like, is everything all right? And I'm like, yeah, man, this dude doesn't do shit. Like he doesn't do anything. And I remember Alan came back and he's like, hey man, I was about to say, yeah, Wayne Head. That's another thing we brought up a couple weeks ago, like Alan just being Wayne Head. Wayne was like, he's like, hey man, I was about to send you home. I was like, man, shut up. They took me off of the schedule for Fridays for like a month just because me and Garnett had that spat. But once I said something to him, he was all right. But yeah, man, I remember you were with Garnett, and Garnett's like, hey Ant, this Kyle, man, like show him around. So I remember like we were scanning something in the bay. I think I was teaching you how to use the Sapphire. Yeah. And then I was just like, hey, like making small talk with you. I'm like, bro, you in school or something? So you look, this is before you even had a beard or anything. Like you came in just like baby face, clean face, and I was just like,
I just had a little mustache.
Yeah, and I was just like, you in school? And you're like, yeah, man. And I'm like, oh, look at this young buck right here.
He's a young buck.
I love how you just have this mentality that like you're someone senior whenever you start. Like.
For the listeners too, like Kyle's like 5 years older than me too, like 4 years older. But at the time, I remember I was just like, "Hey man, you in school?" He's like, "Yeah man, I'm going to county right now." I was like, hey, "How old are you?" Like 20? You're like, "Man, I'm like, no, how old were you at 2013? Like 25, 26
years ago." 28, 27, 28.
Yeah, he's like, "Man, I'm 27." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Bro, you're like 5 years older than me." And you're like, "Hey man," it's like, it's just how it is, man. Pretty boy Kyle. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Pretty boy Kyle, man. And I remember like we ended up going out to the sales floor and just starting to clean. And I was showing you how to like clean the aisles, and you're just making like random sound effects. I'm like, yo, this dude kind of weird. Bro, we were like in the Sonic aisle, and he's just like, pew pew, like just making weird noises. I'm like, all right, man, like.
Yo, that's why.
The day going.
That's why. That's why. Like me and like all of the times where me and you used to close.
Oh man,
we had
Thursdays,
or was it Friday? No.
Was it Thursday?
It was whenever like it was either Thursday or. It might have been, yeah. It might. I
think it was Thursday.
It was either Wednesday or Thursday. It was like somewhere in the middle of the week because I used to take you home.
Yeah.
And I had no like because you were on my way home, so I was like, yeah, I'll take you home. It's not a big deal, like because you would walk.
Yeah.
This motherfucker walked to, and it wasn't like a far ass walk. Like it was probably like 5 miles maybe.
5 miles? No, it wasn't 5 miles, bro.
3?
At least like 3 miles. That was like maybe a 2 mile walk. That wasn't that far.
I would say,
it wasn't.
I would say at least 3.
Because it only took me like. If not even 30 minutes.
That wasn't. I used to take you home too. That wasn't that far of a drive, bro.
I know it's not a far drive. Yeah, it was like a 3-minute drive. I'm just thinking like he has to come out and then go on the other side of the barrier and then just go and then a straight walk up.
Well, you just crossed the street, really.
So it was like 2.
Yeah, you just crossed the street.
Well, yeah, because you had the crosswalk right there.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking about like just going across.
That might have even been like that was like 2 miles.
Will you stop trying to fucking correct me? Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
I'm just saying.
You do it with years. You do it with mileage. Get the fuck. I know mileage way better, and don't get me started on driving. Do not get me started on driving.
Hey, bro.
Do everyone who listens to this podcast who are friends with you knows about driving skills. So let's not. End it. Stop trying to correct me on mileage. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yo, man.
Anyway, I used to close a lot with Kyle, like Wednesdays or Thursdays. I would take him home. It was either a mile or 2 miles. I don't know.
Riled up.
Because you do that shit all the time. Oh my God. Madden 12. It was Madden 12. And then you got fucking debunked. And you lost your title for that episode. But anyway, I'll just remember just all of the times, like, where it would get late, and obviously off season, it was just nothing to do. Like you'd be the only one in the back. I'm obviously the only one in our zone, but for our zone, they would make you like cover like almost Imaginarium. They make me cover Imaginarium. You would technically be boys, I guess sometimes.
Yeah, I just was all over.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to think like of the coverage of the amount of people. So it was like me, like electronics and Imaginarium. You were back at house and bikes, of course. And maybe boys sometimes, but like depending on who was in babies, customer service, and the manager closing, because there's usually about 6 of us.
Yeah. And
I just remember all those times where it would just be so dead, and I would go in the back of house and sit in that little hole. Pause. I would just sit in that little cubby area, and we would just talk about just what I think we talk about video games. We talk about whatever. I think, and then I remember. Did I ever tell you about the box that I would sleep in?
No.
You never knew about that?
Wait, I think I do.
It was like a gigantic like Power Wheels box, and I remember taking a pillow from
I think I know
the baby section, and obviously off season there wouldn't be a lot of like shit to do. So I like if it was dead enough, I would go back there and just lay down and just play my 3DS or something.
What's crazy is like a bunch of other people did that after you did. Like I remember Blake would do that all the time too. He would just find the box and just like lay on the bay with the pillow and just be chilling.
Wait, in the box or on the bay?
He would be on the bay.
Yeah, I went inside of a box, closed it, and played my 3DS. Like no one would know I was.
This was standing up or it was like laid down.
No, it was standing up. It was a tall box, and I would have my walkie just slight enough to where I can hear if they called my name. And then, then I would just pop out of the box.
Yo, the visual of this is ridiculous.
Just imagine a very tall box and kind of long, pause, and then like I put a pillow at the end of it, and I would just be laying down. And it would be long enough for me to like I can lay down and like pull up my legs and just play fucking 3DS games.
Yo, just imagine them calling Justin, him just popping out of that box.
No one ever, and that's the thing. I had that box for maybe like a year, and no one ever knew about it.
Especially when it was me, man, it'd be
nobody. Like we would just be sitting in the back, just talking about like TV shows or whatnot. Now we like, and then that's when the whole used to Justin.
Was it Hakuna Matata?
Oh yeah.
The busted nut. I I think you and Rob was the only other people to hear it.
Yes, because you said it, and I'm like, no, it's not.
I was like, yo.
You're like, listen. You're like,
Justin,
Justin, listen. And he's like, I'm busting nut in the sun. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And I'm like, yo, that's how you knew we had nothing to do. We were like focusing in on these subliminal lyrics.
It was him and Rob was the only other people to hear it. I was like, watch.
It was so fucking weird, dude. I missed that whole back area, dude. Like where you should sit and do nothing.
That was a go-to spot, man. That little Elvin's desk or whatever.
Man.
Yeah, Elvin's desk. Oh man, and then
so many moments.
Then Rob's area with all the fucking hidden gems back there. Fucking stashing. I knew you stashing shit.
Yo, speaking of that Hakuna Matata song, like Toys R Us, like me and Kyle would talk about this all the time. How there would be some bangers that would just pop on Toys R Us radio.
Oh, definitely.
Because there was always One Direction. There were like 20 One Direction songs in rotation and all that. But like we'd get some songs from the Space Jam soundtrack, like when they were playing "Fly Like an Eagle."
Oh, definitely.
Halloween Time, Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
The Thriller.
Superstition, Stevie Wonder. Halloween soundtrack and Christmas soundtracks were always like
Christmas soundtrack.
Things to look forward to.
There's only like 2 songs that I really like, but Halloween, that's all I'm all about. Christmas, it was just, you just heard Mariah Carey on fucking repeat, and it was just annoying. And I only like the NSYNC Merry Christmas, and
they played that.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And they played some album cuts from that joint too. And I remember I was always like the Christmas soundtrack put me on to some good songs. Like,
oh, definitely. Just
the soundtrack in general, I would be listening sometimes. I'm like, yo, man, this song kind of bangs.
I used to like Toys R Us soundtrack.
Yeah, it was good.
Dude, you remember that the one year where they switched
it?
Yeah, they switched it because like we went on like the off version. Like it was kind of like the off-brand cereal.
Yeah,
we had like an off-brand radio station.
Like, what is this?
Wasn't that like Christian gospel?
Actually, it was. We didn't have radio for like a good 6 months. I feel like it was a minute we didn't have a radio. Like there was no music playing in the store at all because
I remember them saying they were going
to
change the station.
They were going with a different station. So like during that process, we didn't have radio or a soundtrack in the store for like. It was a good minute we didn't have it. And then when we got that station, I remember Brian, the manager at the time, store manager, he was like, he showed me the paper of I guess the email. He showed me the email that they sent out to like all the stores of
Here's the soundtrack.
Yeah, based on the new radio station. And then I remember we were coming up with all of these like bootleg names for like songs that sounded like different like actual artists. I forget. Yeah. It was like there's this one song that sounded like a Coldplay song, and then Brian was like, "Is this Coldplay?" I was like, "Nah, this sounds more like Warm Play or some shit like that." And then we just had all of these like just bootleg off version names.
Yeah, nobody really liked that.
Yeah, and we couldn't. He would Shazam it, and we wouldn't know who it was. Like it was the weirdest thing in the world.
I know. I tried to sit there when I did come back and like I'm gonna just scope out all the songs, see if I find one gem that I like.
Yeah. I became. No, I can't say I became a fan off of anybody from that soundtrack. No. I just knew who they were playing. Like,
I just know I was upset they got rid of Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, they probably realized if you don't bust a nut in the sun, like I think they realized like they just dropped that little sexual.
I'm pretty sure they probably heard it.
Yeah, they were like,
we need to change this up.
What would be weird, or in the soundtrack, they would change it at the certain time of night. So like during season, they would play like more, not edgy, but I guess this is Toys R Us's version of edgy. Like they would play Justin Bieber's "As Long as You Love Me" with Big Sean. I was like,
they played that in the daytime. I've heard that in the daytime before.
You worked
early in the morning.
Yeah, you worked that. I never really.
Well, I worked nighttime. I was always there at nighttime, but I guess it's like before. I've heard that song before it closed before.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, at night.
But like I remember, like after 10 p.m., it would be like you said, even more edgy. I remember I heard "Signs" by Snoop Dogg come on there one time. You remember that song?
I think I remember.
I'm not sure what I see. That Snoop Dogg JT song.
I think I do remember that playing in the store.
I heard Prince at one point after 10 p.m. I'm like, yo, this whole like the like nighttime got a whole nother vibe to it right now. Yeah, that was early on though.
The holiday season.
Yeah, the holiday season overnight, just everything overnight was fucking fun. It was just hysterical. From
Night Crew Tom.
Yeah, Night Crew Tom.
What did he do? I never worked with him at night. I don't think.
Apparently, Tom was like the man during Night Crew.
Not like our shift though.
Oh,
we're talking like overnights.
Overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what he did. I never worked with him.
Bro, it was like Tom. Like we all knew had the reputation for just being lazy. When he went to Night Crew,
Baby Beluga.
Yeah, bro. When he went to Night Crew, I remember like it was because we all know the type. Like they just hired anybody for overnights. There were never any like.
You just need to be mobile.
Yeah.
Right.
So I remember like they hired a bunch of like just terrible workers, and then since Karen G and Elvin, since they knew Tom, like he was just motivated. I remember one day he called out, and Karen G went like I never thought I would have heard this. Karen G went to the back room. She's like Elvin, Tom just called out. I don't know what we're gonna do tonight. Like he was their saving grace. At least he left out in the high note, man. Because after that he quit.
Yeah, he was. That's when he started doing the security thing.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, man. Shout out Tom. I actually do want him on the podcast. I said that a long time ago, before things started getting really crazy in June, and yeah, because you know he's a cop now, right?
Yeah, I actually saw him in the gym when he was getting ready for that.
Oh, so he was at your gym?
Yeah,
I saw him at My Planet Fitness back in Westmont.
Westmont, yeah, that's where I was going.
Oh, you were going to, what year was this?
What year is this? 2020.
17
or 18? No, not 17. I think 18.
Wow. And I went there for 2 years. I lived in Haddonfield, and then I lived in Audubon. So that Westmont Planet Fitness was my Planet Fitness. Yeah, and so when I was in Haddonfield, I lived walking distance. I don't know, maybe it was like a little under a mile or so. I don't know. Like maybe if you walked it, you might know.
Maybe.
But I would run to Planet Fitness, so that was like my cardio, and then I would lift when I got, or core workouts or whatever. And I remember bumping into him. So this was 2017, and it might have been close to 2018, but it was like 2017, 2018. I bumped into Tom at the gym. I think he was like, I think I heard him say, "Hey, yo," and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I just see Tom, and that's when he was getting in shape and shit. And then I was like, "Oh shit, when did you start going here?" He was like, "Dude, I've been going here." And I'm like, I was like, "True, I just moved here." So, but yeah, man, shout out Tom. Like, even though he was like a big oof, he's doing big things now. Being a police officer. But I believe he's a good one. He's one of the good ones. I believe. Oh, just from being his friend, I would believe he's a good one. I hope you are.
He's too goofy.
Yeah, I was like, I hope you're a good one.
You better be.
You better be a good one.
Yo,
try and get that fraternity or the order shit. Maybe he can give me one of those.
Yo, Kyle. So, like between the two of us, like I said, we ran back a house for a number of years.
Yes, we did.
I always said that.
Stop talking shit. You don't run nothing back then.
Bro, I was definitely running.
Keith ran it.
Yo, ask Charles, bro.
Keith and Kyle.
Yo, me and Kyle ran that at nighttime, bro.
Keith.
Yo, Keith, Keith, I'm on a whole nother level above you, Keith.
Oh. He coming at OG.
Yo,
Triple
Keith,
OG.
Yo, Keith, you don't want this smoke, bro.
Oh my god. I feel like Keith would just backhand you. And I don't think you.
Keith is my guy, man. Keith is my guy. But
anyway.
But yeah, man. I remember I said this on the very first episode of our podcast. 2014 season was one of my favorite seasons ever, because that's when like me and you were there every single night. We had the same closing crew with Charles every night, and it was us, Miles. Like I remember we were all there, and I remember 2014 we lived number one off of the old school radio station that was always blasting in the back on the radio, like Boom. I think Boom 107 is what it was.
Yeah.
At the time, I remember every time we'd be back there boxing stuff, we'd always just hear all like the classic jams, and then we lived off that, and then the rib sandwiches,
and
the hot and honeys from the Dollar Tree.
Bro, those hot and honey things.
Yeah.
Everyone got on those at one point.
Yes,
the greatest snack, bro.
Used to piss me off when they was gone. Like, yo, who had them?
No, my shit was the Chex Mix, because like when you buy Chex Mix, Chex Mix at any other store, it's like $3. But they had like the big regular size bags for $1, and I'm like, bro.
I remember this was right before the Wawa opened too, because Wawa ended up opening at the end of that season. I remember me and Kyle used to always, since we were there every single night, we used to walk in and be like, "Yo, man, you check to see if there were rib sandwiches." We're like, "Nah, man, they're sold out." Like, we would take turns going into the store, and it's like when one of us would see the sandwiches, it would just be like, yo, grab like 3 of them. Because at one point, me, him, and Miles were all eating the same meal. It would be the rib sandwiches and then the hot and honeys. And it's just like...
Yeah, I don't know why you guys were eating the sandwiches.
That was horrible.
No, it was...
Those are like the frozen...
But it kept us going.
Yeah.
Them things were good, too. But it's like, what's crazy, we ate so many of them once season ended. I remember we both went to the store, and I'm like, man, I tried that rib sandwich, and it's like...
Dude,
it doesn't even taste the same.
Anything dollar store frozen, I don't trust, man. It's just like...
Man, we were on that for like months, bro.
Yeah. And that whole season.
And then Wawa opened, and then everyone just started going to Wawa to get their food.
Nah, I still went to Dollar Tree.
Dollar
Tree. Yeah, it was a Dollar Tree.
But that season, man, had one of the greatest stories to ever come out of Toys R Us. You got to say it. I've been waiting on you for you to come on, bro. The Avery story.
Oh.
The people need to hear this. This is hilarious. So I'll preface it. Kyle will say, I'll start it off, and I'll let you go into it. But like at this point, it was around the time of season where everyone's starting to pick up their layaway orders. And like I said, it was like mainly me and Kyle, but at one point every once in a while they'd give us a third back of house person. So the third guy they would give us would be Avery, who was still new at the time. I think it was his first season. So Avery was a cool guy, but he was kind of a knucklehead too. But
he did not give a shit.
Yeah, but so there was this one day. It was like a random Wednesday night or something. So I don't know, whoever was in the back, because they always had like one designated person to retrieve all the orders on the computer, and then me and Kyle and Avery were getting all the orders from across the store. So like I'm getting the orders, Kyle's getting it. So then Avery ends up getting the order, and it's for, you remember the big Michelangelos that we had during season, like the 4-foot ones?
Yeah, the 4-foot tall ones.
Like the big 4-foot Ninja Turtles Michelangelo.
Oh, you were just saying Michelangelo.
With the stuff in the back of the shell.
Yeah. So those things were a hot seller. They were a piece of shit product because I felt like almost everyone got returned. But Avery ended up getting one of those. So then like he ends up getting that order. Like he takes it on to Sapphire. And then me and Kyle start, and this is the only item that this couple had. It was a black couple. They had that one item. Yeah. And then me and Kyle, we're like running back and forth. So probably like 15 minutes pass. And I'll let you pick it up from here.
45 minutes.
No, the whole thing took like an hour probably. Yeah. But like at this point, it's like, and you could see the customers getting mad because like these people.
Every time you walk past, like, yo, that ain't mine. Yo, what is taking so long?
And it's like me and him every once in a while just sound like, yo, someone else got the order, someone else is getting the order, because we're like getting everyone else's order, and this one couple with that one item is just sitting there waiting, and everyone who's coming after them is getting all their stuff. So then like I'll let you tell because you were actually in the back room when it happened.
Then after that, I think Charles called, was like, can somebody find out where this order is? So I'm like, I think I called Ant, and then it's like, I'm getting the order. Like, yo, Avery, he's just unresponsive.
So wait, was Avery the person designated? Like, so
it came up on his app.
Yeah, he accepted it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, yo, Avery, you good?
No response.
So I go in the back. I'm like looking it up on the computer. I'm like, yo, Avery. So he's like, I'm trying to find this man, this stupid ass Michelangelo, man. I can't find the Michelangelo. So he says
it over the walkie.
Nah, I'm like in the back, and he's like bugging out, trying to find. Like, man, I can't find Michelangelo. It's like, who gonna buy this stupid Michelangelo? Who gonna buy one item and put it on layaway? Like, he's going berserk. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna look it up. So I'm looking it up. I'm on the computer, and then all I hear is crash. And then I just hear Avery, oh. He's like, oh. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, this dude just fell and broke something.
Oh, shit.
Something broke. And I'm like, yo, Avery, you good? Oh. And I'm like, yo, are you good?
So this isn't over the walkie. You guys are just in the back.
Yeah, this is in the back.
Like, he's like, oh. And I'm like, yo, are you good? But I didn't turn around yet.
Yeah.
So I finally turn around because I'm like, dang, yo, he hurt. He hurt. Because that crash, it was loud. Like, you heard the bay moving, and then it just... So I finally turn around. I go over there, and he's just standing there. I'm like, bruh, I'm asking you if you're good.
Oh, so he's standing.
Yeah, he's just standing there. I'm like, I'm asking you if you good, and you just, are you good? Nah. Look, Michelangelo just shattered. Well,
because it was on the
what
top.
happened? Somebody decided to put Michelangelo standing up on the very top of the shelf. So when he went to move the bay, it just flipped over and fell.
So that was the one he was looking for.
That was the one he was looking for.
It had like the name on it. And then I remember I walked to the back room.
Charles came back there. Charles.
Well, no, because I remember before that, I remember I had to get an order from the back, so I see you guys standing there, and then Avery's like flipping. He's like, he's going, he's like, man, what am I going to do, man? He's like, that was the order. He's like, I was like, what do I do? I'm like, bro, I just tell him. We're like, yo, yeah.
But it wasn't no. I think it was one.
There was one more.
That's usually the case.
And then it was like standing right there. So I was like, man, you probably gotta check with Charles first. So then you could tell he didn't want to call Charles on that walkie. And then Charles always like walking around like
he already mad because it's Charles. Yeah.
He walks in miserable. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Charles is probably one of my top 10, top 5 people there, like in terms of like management. I love Charles. Like me and Charles, we talked a lot of like real shit too. Like not even just Toy Story
Charles is
stuff.
the man.
But yeah, whenever he walked into the store, I was just like, man, wow. Like I would always just be like, fuck, man, I feel your pain, man.
But then, so Avery gets on the walk. He's like, hey, Charles, man, can you come to the back? And Charles is like, what's going on? He's like, just come to the back. So then Charles walks to the back room, and Avery just points at I think Avery points at the Michelangelo, and Charles just looking at him, like, man, what the hell happened? And he's like, man, some stupid motherfucker threw it on the top bay, man, it fell down. He's like, can I give him that one? He's like, yeah, just be careful with it next time, though. So he yells at him, and then like, so at this point, Avery finally grabs that Michelangelo, the second one, and after like an hour maybe, he finally takes it outside to the guests. And then the dude just looks at him like sternly, and then Avery just hands it to him or whatever. And I think he said something like, "Yo, it took you an hour to get this one thing," and he's like, "Yeah, man, whatever." So then he busts open the door from the back room, and he starts going berserk. He's like, man, broke ass nigga. He's like broke ass nigga put one thing on layaway. I would have been paid that off. And then he starts saying like man, I don't understand if it was Raphael or Leonardo, but he put a Michelangelo on layaway. He's like broke ass nigga and look at me a type of way. But he didn't say any of this to the dude when he was there. He did. But he's like, man, broke ass niggas. He's like, man, y'all customers make me sick. He just started cutting the whole promo. I'm like, damn, Avery.
I was cracking up.
It was hilarious.
Once I found out that he wasn't hurt, I couldn't stop laughing.
That's what it was, yeah.
Because I'm sitting, I was like, once I heard that hit, I was like, yo, he fell.
He's dead.
That's all I was thinking. Yeah, in my mind, I'm just on the computer and I just stopped.
The ambulance gotta come.
Oh. Like, I didn't know what to do myself. I was like, should I call Charles or should I see what's going on?
See, and it's like, I remember his like tantrums, and it's because I remember a lot of people's like rants because for some reason I listen to everybody. And I mean, I guess that's like a quality about me. That's like a bittersweet. Like I love listening to people, but at the same time, someone can be talking complete utter bullshit or just it doesn't matter, and I'll still sit there and listen to it because it'll be great for like a story.
There.
Huh?
I don't think I ever had a rant there.
Oh no, are you kidding me?
I just chilled a lot.
Yeah,
I did the same.
When me and you were together, it was just chill. Like nothing happened. It was like
talk about Martin and stuff.
Yeah, because you'd be like, Justin, how y'all feel?
Exactly.
Every single time. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't think I've ever told you, but like I was always looking forward to hearing you say that. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get the how y'all feel.
I remember every time I walk straight up the middle.
Justin. Oh my god.
How y'all feel?
How y'all feel? Yeah, and we used to. Wow, I think we used to close with Nikki sometimes. I feel like. Yeah, because like
I was trying to remember. Who closed.
Yeah, because like the manager, it was always tough because it was always me. It was always you. I'm pretty sure Karen McKnight was always baby side. I don't know who was like like they would rotate cashiers, I think, and then I feel like Nikki majority of the time was closing with us, and then the customer service was I don't know because there was always like customer service and a cashier.
Yeah.
I can never really remember who was like who's behind the counter, but I just remember like whenever Nikki caught me slacking, dude, it's just like fuck. She's like, Justin, why aren't you in the Imaginarium? And I was like, it looks good. And she was like, why am I looking at this box on the floor? And I'm like, fuck.
They just got there.
Yeah, I'm like, somebody just did it. I don't know, I didn't do it. But yeah, I miss closing. I miss closing just during the middle of the week. Like I don't know. Recently, I've just been getting like these like sparks of like you know how you run into like like an old smell and then it just triggers a memory. Yeah. I'll be walking out at nighttime and like I'll feel like a gust of wind, like that night breeze, and then I'll just get hit with like a Toys R Us memory. It's fucking crazy because it's like
epic moment.
I remember so many times like either going to work or coming home from work during the fall season, because the fall season that reminds me the most of Toys R Us because it's the holiday season. Yeah. That's when everything starts to go down. New hires, training, toys, new releases, like everything starts to happen in the fall. But I forgot what I was saying. No, yeah, the whole vibe of us, like it was just it was always just dead. It was always dead. And then yeah, when the season came, it was always like the schedule was always changed, and then like there's 4 people in our zone, and then just to get back on the whole layaways, man, I fucking that shit. Oh my God. I mean, yeah, and this is kind of in part with like Avery and how he used to complain with a lot of things. I kind of side with him on that shit. Why are you putting one thing on layaway, bro? Right. Like, oh, you don't want nobody to take it? Fuck you, dude. Like, I'm
pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah, like fuck you, bro. Like, you don't want to drop that extra $20 and just take it home. Like, what they were using us for was like we were an additional closet. That's what we were.
Pretty much.
It was just like, oh, I don't want to keep it at home, so Jimmy doesn't see his Michelangelo.
Exactly. He's not going to see.
So yeah, I'm a
4-foot Michelangelo.
So it's like I don't have to pay for it all, and I get to leave it there, and it's mine. So it's like I get his frustration because I'll never forget all of like the single video games that were playing electronic. I'm like, fucking buy this shit, bro. Like, just take it home.
That was annoying for us too. So we had to box all that. Right. Like we'd be sitting there like, man, off of one game. Like,
I did this one 3DS.
I did all my boxings. I know that for a fact because number one, I liked doing it because I got out of our zone. So I would do a layaway and be like, all right, I'm gonna go box this, and then just fucking chill.
30 minutes later,
it'd just be like, Justin, where you at? I was unboxing this layaway, and they're like, oh, all right, like that. Yo, if you said anything with layaway, you were doing work. Because, like, layaways were just the crux of everyone's existence.
Oh, I hated that. Especially when we had to box it.
It was like...
They went and order more boxes.
Oh, I remember that time we were out of boxes.
Ran out of boxes.
Oh, my God.
Yo, I remember...
ran out of bags?
I remember one time, they sent me and Tom to Walmart to get more tape. I remember they were just like, hey, you guys, like, we ran out of box tape. Can you guys just go to Walmart and get some? They gave us, like, the company credit card that they always used to buy the pizza and all that. And me and Tom walk, and Tom's like, dude, like, I can't believe we're actually here. I'm like, bro, like, whatever, man. Let's just. He's like, what kind of tape should we get? Like, let's just get the 6-pack or whatever. Dude, yeah, that would constantly happen.
I miss Tom's
company card. I remember.
Oh my God, man.
Your boy Chat.
Yeah,
He almost got hands that night.
Bro,
Chapman.
Forget him, bro. Because it was a Saturday night that he was closing by himself, and he decided to get everyone working Chick-fil-A that night. And then he comes to the back. He orders. He goes around the whole store asking everyone what they want. And then he comes to the back room, and he's like, and I think I don't know, someone had told us, hey, man, the food's here. And it's like, food? What y'all talking about? And then we see everyone's Chick-fil-A orders, and then Chapman, he's like, oh, and Kyle, I forgot you guys were here. It's like, we're the back of house. How the hell do you forget that we're here? And
the most important people, you forget we here.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, hey, if you guys want, you can have you can have a couple nuggets from this person. And I'm just like, man,
some nuggets and some fries. Like, what?
Like, I love how that's why you don't like him, because of food.
Like, man.
I was never a fan of his. We
had our beefs. I think he had beefs with everyone in our zone, but towards like his end there, like he was just cool with everybody.
Yeah.
Because I'll give him credit. He had to follow up James. So like he was
beloved amongst everyone.
Exactly. So he was a supervisor after James, and everyone loved James. Like James is just the most nonchalant. Everything is cool. Don't worry about it type of guy, and he kept shit running. And then Chapman comes in because he was customer service, but then they moved him back, and just everyone's just annoyed at them because they're like, fuck, we want James. But like, yeah, everyone has their story of chat where he was like, man, he like fucked me over, or he annoyed the shit out of me, because I'm not even in front. But like towards the end of his run, he was pretty cool. He was pretty chill. Like I was just like, I was like, all right, Chapman. Like he started to get it, I guess. He like I think, and I've even said with like on Kurt's episode, like once you just understood that it's not a big deal, you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I think with him though is like, I felt like during when his prime run there, it was just him and Brian. I felt like, yo, bro, you have a voice. Like, you don't need to be behind him all the time. Like
the time he threw the football.
Yeah, yo, I remember one time they got mad, or store manager Brian got mad, and he called me, Kyle, and Tom. And he lined us up like we were just like 3 delinquents or something. He's so angry because we were throwing the football around in the back room and or whatever, or in the sales floor and whatnot. So he calls me and Tom to the back room. He calls us all over the walk. He's like, and Tom, Kyle, come to the back room now. So me and Tom go back there. He's like, where's Kyle at? And then it's like, I don't know, like he's coming. So then Kyle comes through, and then store manager Brian's just standing there, and then Chapman's just like standing in the background. Like, he had no purpose to really be there. But then he's like, so what's the plan, guys? He's like, because whatever I have planned for you is way worse than... He said something. He was trying to intimidate us. And we're all looking at him like, man, we about to just do back of house stuff and clean or whatever. So then Chapman grabs he grabs a football that we were throwing. Chapman grabs it and he throws it in the compactor.
He's like
to make to make a statement. And then like we're just like, all right, man, like you know it's not that big of a deal. You don't need
just
to
go get another one.
Yeah, when it came to like horseplay, yeah, I was the last to care. I feel like I never got caught either, because it was just like I know I was notoriously always doing something like I wasn't supposed to do, especially towards the end of the store being around, like 2016, 2017. Yeah, this is how I knew that I was just on another level of like I could just get away with everything. Like I don't understand it either, because I would just be riding around on a scooter the whole day.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, there was a scooter in the back that was like a return or something like that. And I just took it upon myself to just start riding it around on the sales floor. Like, if someone needed help, I would ride up to them on a scooter. And then I'll never forget, like, a couple of managers were like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I'm just on the scooter.
I would cruise around in the cart.
They were just like, why? I was just like, because, like, it was a return anyway. Like, no one's going to buy it. And they're like, can you not? And I was like, is it a problem? And they're like, just don't hit anybody. And I was like, okay. And then
I didn't plan on it.
And then I would just keep going. Like, I knew that I was on another level of like, I guess you could say status of like not getting in trouble, was when I didn't get in trouble with Karen G anymore. Like Karen G like backed me up. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, cause it didn't matter.
She got to a point where she didn't even care anymore.
Yeah, but like
as much as she used to.
When she came,
especially at the end of the store's run.
When she came back to Cherry Hill,
she used to smile like, what?
When she came back to Cherry Hill, the Cherry Hill store. Like, I remember, like, me and Vance were hyped that she was back. Because we were like, oh, yeah, now she's going to get, like, these new hires and whip them into shape. Because, like, that's what she did. Like, she fucking whipped me into shape a couple of times when I was starting. I would be paranoid when I had to close to her. Because, like, in the corner R zone, there's, as usual, off season, you be by yourself. Because there's no need for more than one person. And in the beginning, it'd be really hard to find something to do. Like, I would straighten up the shelves. I would make sure everything is organized and, do my little check-ins in the logbook. And then I would just like walk around. And sometimes she would catch me standing dead center in the middle, just like not doing anything. And she was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I just clean that. And she's just like, well, there's something else that you can do. And I was like, what? And then I'm like, and then I would just go find something to do. I would normally, what my go-to in the beginning was to clean up the old school candy section, because candy was always fucked up. Like, people have candy everywhere. Oh, so I would just sit there, eat some candy, and fucking straighten up the candy at the same time.
I think I had so many like candy spots, but
I would just straight up, I would have all the R-Zone candy. I would make sure I would take good candy that came in the store and put it in the R-Zone section so I can eat it.
Like, there was that moment where everybody left for like a few months, remember?
Yeah.
Everybody left for like a few months. And one of the stipulations for me coming back is like, y'all gotta have some snacks for me. And they just kept the whole front drawer
at one point,
snacks.
Bro, at one point you were working like once a year. I remember you were still in the system. I remember like on Black Friday, like we haven't seen Kyle in months, but like there'd be so many orders, and Yasmin would be like, "Man, just text Kyle, see if he wants to come in." I was like, "Bro, you want to come in on Black Friday?" And I think one time you actually did come in. Yeah. You hadn't been seen in like 7 months. I was like, "How are you even still in the system?"
She actually hit me up one day. She's like, "Hey, we need you to come in one day, because you're still in the system, so we need to get some hours." Like, all right, cool. She's like, you can pick any day, anytime. So then when I came in, Brian happened to be there. So it's like, yeah, so what's your schedule look like? Like, I don't really know, because I think my son was just born. Yeah. So I was like, I worked a lot, and my son born. So once I get home from work, and dad duty, and he's like, oh, well, so I was going to be like, hey, is it cool if, like, you know, you just set some hours up and I just come in whenever. Yeah. And before I even say, he's like, all right, well, how about whenever you feel like coming in, you just come in, give us a holler, and be like, hey, I'm coming in. You leave when you want. And I was like, no shit. And he's like, no shit. I'm like, all right, you ain't got to say nothing else. So that's what I did.
That was beautiful, man. Because I remember that's what I was on, too. Like, when I took, like, a little hiatus and I came back, they were just like, yeah, we'll just put some hours aside. Just come in whenever you want. If you want to close, if you want to.
I think I hit you up.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yo, Brian just gave me, like, the greatest news ever. And he's like, yo, you think it'll work? I was like, see, ask her. I was like, why not?
I remember when I left too, like when I took my hiatus, I remember taking like the exact same script that you used to tell Charles. I took that thing like word for word, and I told him everything. I was like, hey man, you know, my schedule's about to drastically change. I think like everything that you told him, I was just like, man, I'm about to just say the exact same
like,
thing.
Go for it.
You remember this story though? Because I was also waiting to say this. Do you remember the one time when Charles was going crazy calling for Justin on the walkie, and you ended up having to go help him?
Oh, with the power wheel.
Yeah, bro. I don't know.
Putting it together.
I don't know if you remember this, bro. Nah, because so there was this older white guy who came in the store, and this was after the bike. Like it was a Sunday afternoon. This after Mike or whoever was working bikes had already left for the day, so he had a birthday party or something. So he came in. And he wanted to buy power wheels, and Charles was like, yeah, you know, we have it right here. We can have it assembled by Monday. And he's like, no, you don't understand. I need it right now. And of course, Charles was like, you know, he was pushing back, but at the end of the day, he's a manager. He's gonna do what's best.
Make some money.
So then he ends up building the power wheel himself. So then he starts building the power wheel, and then he gets on the walkie, and he's just like, hey, Justin, can you come to the back room? And I guess you had left your walkie in our zone, or you were helping the guest or something.
I have no idea.
You didn't hear him. Because then, like, a few minutes passed. a few minutes passed, he gets on the walkie again. He's like, Justin.
Anybody, just get back.
Yeah, bro. He probably called you on the walkie, like, 4 different times. It's like every single time he just got more and more upset. I remember, like, we were all, like, picking stuff from the bays and whatever. I remember the last time he's like, Justin! He's like, look, I don't care who it is. Somebody just come back here to help. So then I remember, like, it was like me, you, and Princey. We were all back there, and he's like, man, like, should we just go? And then Kyle was like, man, I'm just gonna go back there and help him. And you ended up going to be the one to help him out. I think he forever appreciated that too.
Putting stickers, helping putting together and putting the stickers on the power wheel. I think you and Elena,
bro,
having to take it.
Yeah, because then he gets on the walkie and he's just like. He starts asking everyone what kind of car that they have, and I'm just like, yo, what the hell is going on right now? He comes up, he's like, Ant, what kind?
With a pickup or a big SUV.
Yeah, he's like, Ant, what kind of car you have? I'm like, a Corolla. He's like, yo, I have a special mission for you. I'm just like, yo, what's this man about to say? And he's like, I'm gonna need you and Elena to go drop off this power wheels to this dude's house. So I remember like we start following him, and he ends up taking us to like some gated community. We unload it. I remember dude ends up pulling $100 cash out. Gives it to Elena, and then I'm just like I'm just looking at the money like, yo, like she ends up giving me. I think she gave me like $20. I should have been like, yo, I want 50.
Ant was the guard.
Yeah, bro. I was on the.
It was just
you
her.
Pussy? Are you kidding me?
At first, it was just her, and I guess Charles didn't feel comfortable. Well, I wouldn't either.
Oh, wait. So did Elena do the majority of the work?
She drove. I had to pull the car out. I just pulled the power wheels out.
Okay,
of the,
all right. I thought like you did. I thought you did. The guard. I was like, I thought you did like half the. Okay, 20 is acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she got 80 for driving. I'm just like, and then she bought. I was like, we ended up going to Taco Bell. I was like, yo, I definitely should have just asked for some more. She probably would have given it to me. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I probably should have campaigned 30. For like, maybe
30,
40.
At least 30.
Yeah.
Or 40.
Yeah, I think that the biggest cash tip I ever got was like, I think it was like 20. And yeah, this random dude, he was like, here you go. I was like, what? All right, cool.
Some people were actually nice.
Yeah, no, it was. I tell everyone, if you wanted to get like a litmus test of like what society was like, just go to Toys R Us during the holiday season, and then you'll see what society really looks like.
Get them people trying to fit a whole bed set in like a Corolla or something like that.
Yeah, I was
Sentra. I'm like, you think it's gonna fit?
I was so happy.
Hell no, this ain't gonna fit.
I was so happy when they implemented that one rule, or that. Yeah, the one rule where we weren't allowed to help them anymore. Like
that ended really quick.
I was just. What do you mean it ended?
We always had to help them. Even at the end, I was always helping guests.
Well, yeah, you're a fool. I never. Because I hated when people would try to help me, or they were like, "Oh, are you gonna tie this to my car?" I'm like, "Fuck no."
I didn't tie to the car.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, helping like them. String? Helping them, like, throw it in their trunk. I'm talking about, like, when... Or throwing it in their back, or the back of the truck. Like, that's fine. Yeah, that's just lifting and whatever.
I'm talking about, like, when they came in a small car and we had to, like, open up the box and take all the pieces out and then put them in.
You're ridiculous. You're a fool for doing that. Someone asked me to do it. I'm like, no, I can't do that. I was like, because I'm not doing that. Yeah, I was straight up with people. Because, there were people who were asking me to, can you, like, do you guys tie stuff down in the car? I'm like, no, we don't do that. And then, like... If you need me to throw the box back of the car, or if you already had it assembled and like it was just like you had a big back seat or something like that, or it was already just down, I'll help you throw it in there. Not a big deal. But tying shit down, taking it out of the box, nah, that's all you, bro. I'm not doing that shit. Yeah,
tying it down.
Yeah, no.
I was so happy when they stopped that.
Yeah,
I'm not tying that down. That didn't come off.
Yeah, then they try to blame you or something.
Blame me? Nah.
Yeah, no, I never did that. They used to ask. It's like, nah, we don't do that.
Y'all got string?
They don't even do it at...
We do got string.
Yeah.
You tying it down.
Here you go. Like, because they don't even do it at mattress places anymore. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah, I remember. The mattress down.
Mm-hmm.
I remember early on, bro. Early on in my career, I tried to tie it down. I'm like, yo, these are some weak ass knots. I had no idea what I was doing either. I'm over here just like...
That bed's probably destroyed.
I'm just over here like trying to squeeze it, and he's like
tying a regular knot.
I remember dude was like,
you think that's gonna hold?
Yeah, I remember dude was like, good. he's like, hey man, that doesn't look that tight. I'm like, we could do a second knot. Me and him over here trying to figure it out. I'm like, he's like, bro, I don't think this is working. I'm like, man, definitely not. I'm like, I wasn't trained to do this, man. I'm just trying to figure it out now.
You got it, bro.
Yo, before we started too, we were talking about like what I was saying about like just memorable moments. We can't not discuss the mega car, bro. That I think like that was probably the greatest creation that we made.
It's prolific.
So like for the listeners, Toys R Us was one of the few places that didn't have one of those cart machines. So we always had to push our carts in manually. And like every once in a while, like during season, they'd have like designated cart people. But then like when they would leave or whenever, if they didn't have anyone scheduled, it would be the back of house people to do it, or like random floor people. But I remember like me and Kyle were like, you know what, man, like instead it's already freezing cold out here. Let's just take one trip. So we would get like 40 carts at one time.
Gather them all up.
Line them all up. This was a whole leg workout too. I remember you were mainly always the one pushing it too. So I remember when I had to push, I'm like, God damn, this is a lot.
It felt like football practice.
Yeah, man.
Drive them carts.
On the machine?
Yeah.
One person would be in the back pushing the carts. The other person would be at the front steering it. And then we would just bring all the carts in at one time. And we got everyone on board with it except for Charles, who hated the idea of the mega cart. And this is why I blame Charles for this one. As Kyle says, like my biggest Shaqtin' moment when I broke the door.
It was your fault.
It was Charles's fault, bro.
You were pushing it.
I remember we were working together on a Friday. Charles always hated the idea of the mega cart because it blocked off the front entrance. But it only took like a minute, maybe at most, to dissolve all the carts and to put them in the corral. But he was just like, nah, we're not blocking the entrance or whatever. He's like, I'm gonna grab carts and you're gonna grab carts. We're just gonna take several trips. So I was like, come on, man. Like, we could easily just do the mega cart. So I'm pushing like 9 carts or whatever, just manually, which isn't that. I feel like the average is maybe like 8 or 9. Yeah. Maybe at this, I think it was had to be more. I was probably pushing like
at 9. That's when
it got like tricky.
Try to steer it and
I think I was like at 10 or 11 or something like that. So I'm like pushing the carts, and then like I did a quick juke just to try and because we had those little statues in between as well, so the door was never just clear. And I remember right when I juked it, the first cart just whacked right into the corner of the glass door, and everyone always whacked into that, but I guess this one just had more force behind it, and I just see that little crack of glass just slowly start building, and then it just go just like in the TV shows, it just like slowly just goes all the way up, and I look over and it's like the whole door is cracked. And I remember everyone on the inside, like I remember asking people on the inside, they said they just saw like the look at the door, and they just see the glass slowly start to crack and everything. And I look back at Charles, and he was just like, man, I'll file the report. And I remember I go in the next day, and everyone's just like, I remember store manager Brian's like, yo, you owe me like $3,000. I was like, what? I was like, bro, I was scared for a second. I'm like, oh, it's over for me, man. I'm gonna have to owe this company money and everything.
Or you just work for free.
Yeah, work for it. I was just, and he's just like, nah. He's like, was it an accident? I was like, bro, you think I'm breaking doors on purpose? Like,
yeah, I thought someone tried to break into the building when I saw it the next day. I thought, someone tried to break in. Nah, it's just dummy.
Don't break the door.
Yeah,
don't be like, eh.
Yeah, that became a running joke for the next several years. He would always be like,
yeah, I think I wanted finally hearing like who broke it, and he was like, yeah, don't be an ant, and I was like, oh, okay.
Don't be like ant.
It's like just don't break the door, man. He's like, are you good to go get carts? He's like, just don't break the door again. Like, I got you, man.
Mega cart.
Yeah,
we got everybody on board with that.
I remember at one point it was like me, you, Miles, Brandon, and we probably had a fifth. Yeah. And we were all just out there like taking shifts. And you just see a different person
doing the mega cart. Yeah.
It was like, yo, it's mega cart time. It's like we look forward to that every single night. Like, man, it's time for the mega cart.
Because man, don't nobody want to take 3-4 trips back and forth.
It was like 15 degrees outside. We're not trying to do that.
Then you gotta wait for the cars to go by. That was like the worst part. The cars still coming. Yeah.
Then they be.
You think they gonna let us go? No. No.
I had my own little version of making sure that like the carts never like split apart as you were pushing like across the thing. I would actually I would link them together with the clips, so I could get like 6 or 7 in there with just the clip method. But I would just clip the front one to the second one, and then the last one to the second to last one, and then I was good to go. Like, and I wouldn't have a problem like maneuvering it or anything like that. But yeah, because that's what I would do when I needed to go get carts like by myself or something. Because yeah, taking trips is annoying unless like it was like
unless you're just bored.
Yeah, bored. Oh, I would take mad trips.
Or a nice day. You just wanted to be out there.
Nah, normally it's just a waste of time. I didn't care what it was. Unless it was like brick cold. Yeah, I would try to get in as quickly as possible.
Cold days.
But usually cold days. Yeah, usually cold days, like there's people to do it, but like during like the off season, yeah, I would probably have to go do it every once in a while because I was like I'd be like the only dude on staff, so normally the dudes have to go get it. Well, not normally, the dudes had to go get it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I would just do that method, just the seatbelt strap, and then I'd be good to go. Just get like 5 or I feel like I got like 7 in there at once, but yeah, no, I would never try that mega cart bullshit.
Bro, it was a genius idea. We did, bro.
Sounds like it. Changed the door though.
No, that was because we didn't do the mega cart. If Charles would have just been on board with the mega cart, it would have never happened.
All right.
I remember we did the numbers on the back of the shirts.
That was your idea.
That was my idea.
I was the first one to do it.
Off. It was like so much space on the shirts.
There's nothing there. Yeah.
I remember I actually went to Allen, and I was like, "Yo, can we get something on the shirts?" No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Why would you do that?
What? And
I was like, why not?
Then why wouldn't
this is a children's store.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be creative? And then I went to and I was like, yo, you should get numbers on our shirts. I was like, it'll be better, you help a customer to be like, oh, I don't know the guy's name. He's real
wearing
nice.
The
number 3 or something. This is a great guy. Or number 2.
I never thought about it that way. Did you present it to Alan that way?
I did.
Oh, he's just being a dick.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
like,
I remember,
no, you can't do that.
I remember,
Why you gonna do that?
I remember when you told me that idea. I was like, yo, it's like we're actually a team too, with jersey numbers. So then, like, you told me that, yo, man, I went to Allen. He said no. So I remember I was like, man, I don't care. I'm about to do it anyway. So I took my shirt to Lid's locker room at the time. R.I.P. Lid's locker room. And I remember they stitched just a 0 on the back of 2 of my shirts. And I showed up the next day, and everyone's like, yo, why do you have that? And I remember Karen G was cool. Like, she thought, I remember her laughing about it. I'm like, yo, if Karen G is on board with this, I'm cool with it. Because some people were trying to push off on it. I had a whole explanation in my head, too. I was like, kind of like what you were saying. I was like, man, we work at a toy store. We're selling toys that promote creativity and imagination. So wouldn't it be hypocritical if you're telling your team members who work here to not be creative? I was like, it makes perfect sense. So then after I got mine stitched, Kyle went ahead and he got the 7 stitched on his. Yep. And then I remember Brandon went and got the 2 stitched on his. Yeah. And we thought everyone was going to be on board with the movement, but it stopped at the 3 of us.
Yeah, I didn't care that much.
I wore that 0 shirt until the very end too. It was always
my 7 started to come off, but I think that was a dope idea.
It was, bro. That definitely was a game changer.
That Alan shut it down. Like, yo, this is a great idea. No. Don't do that.
I'm trying to think. Like, I feel like there was like a bunch of stuff that like people back in our zone like innovated like for the whole store. But I can't remember anything right now.
That also prompted me because I think I was the only one doing this, man. Other people ended up following too. I started drawing on my shirts, like the Christmas ones that we got. Mm-hmm. I would just draw like designs on them and everything. Like I would put like phrases and draw like little images and everything all over my shirts. Yeah, and then I became known for that. They're like, yo, dude, with the headbands. I started wearing my headband all the time too. I'm like, dude, with the headband and the t-shirt designs. Like it's a dope idea. I think it actually did work. Like what I was telling Alan about.
Yeah,
like,
but they can recognize you.
Somebody, I think it was Brandon or something. He helped somebody and he was happy with it.
I'm surprised.
And like, yeah, the guy, I don't know the customer didn't know his name. Like I didn't know his name, but he had this number on.
Yeah, like, the dude likes to take credit for everything.
Yeah, and then
that's exactly who he was.
And then I think Ant helped somebody with a bike or something. Like, guy helped me with a bike. I don't know his name. Mm-hmm. I just know what he looked like, and he had a 0. I was like, oh, hey. I was like, so everybody, it's a good idea. The numbers.
Everybody knew who I was.
He's like Justin.
Yeah, exactly.
It's either you
or Vance.
Miles or Vance.
Miles. The day
y'all was the only ones in our zone.
No, I'm talking about the day I hear a validated story of a customer saying that Miles helped me out, and this isn't even shitting on Miles. Miles knows he didn't help people, because he didn't give a shit.
Yo, I can't wait till we bring Miles on the show.
Bro,
like, yo, Miles,
Miles is one of my favorite R-Zone workers. Do not get it wrong. Do not get it twisted, because yo, I need to get him on, man. You're talking shit. I'm not talking shit about him. It was just Miles was just so laid back and did not give a fuck.
Oh, Miles is chill.
And another reason why he got it. He was another employee that just understood. It don't matter. But like what you just said, no fucking way that there was a customer like, yeah, I got Miles in the back.
Oh no, definitely. I'm just saying, y'all was the only 3 people in our zone.
Who gives no enthusiasm?
That would be hilarious, and it's like the customers that are the ones to give that type of praise are like you had to have a good experience. So it's just like,
bro, like I know that I'm monotone, but he was another level. Like Vance, he was he had character. So when he helped out people remembered like his guidance. Like he would guide people. I would see him help people, and it was really funny. Like he would give them he would entertain them. And I feel like with me, I would inform people. So it was like I was more on the informative side. Vance was like the entertainment side, and then with Miles, it was just like, what game do you want? All right, cool. And then it's like, oh, what's this game about?
Or he'll be like, why you want that?
Yeah, he's like, I think you just like shoot stuff.
You want this?
Or he would take you up to the front because he didn't want to ring you out.
Oh nah. He's like so heartbroken every time he had to ring somebody.
That's the whole reason why I even bring up Miles, because I'm like, a customer remembering him. Like
Miles is a legend, man.
Miles is.
They brought the game to the front.
he was a legend in his own lane. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
I remember most of the time Miles would just come to the. You remember when the three of us, when we worked Sundays, we would just be in the back, and like Miles would come back there, and he would just talk to us. Yeah, for like hours. I think the record was probably like an hour and a half, maybe, with just uninterrupted conversation. And then Charles eventually came back, or whoever was close was like, "Man, what are you guys doing back here?"
And then Charles just chime in and like, "Oh." He'll remember like, oh, we need to get back to work.
Yeah, whenever you got Charles involved, that's when you knew it was a good conversation. Because like I mentioned before, like I would talk to Charles like a lot in our zone just about random stuff, like not even about the store or working. He was a very intelligent guy, and and that's why I felt bad for him, because of like he was just wasting his time at that store. It was just so. It was like. He did good. He did great for what he was, like super. I think he was manager too, like assistant manager. Yeah, and it was just like I'm like, damn, this dude has like so much like potential, and he's just like wasting it here. And it's obviously it was just where he was at the time, and hopefully he's off
because he was getting ready to get married.
Yeah, hopefully he's off doing.
So he was like stressed about that.
And
oh my gosh,
hopefully he's doing way better things.
Home late.
Yeah,
he had a lot of life experience too. Like you were saying though, just like talking about things outside of work and whatnot.
Yeah, I always
like, man, I work out now. It's like I used to be fat.
Yeah,
like, I'm not going back.
That's what I always say, because that was one thing that we bonded over, because like we were both like fat, and he didn't believe me, just like a lot of people. And I showed him, I was like, dude, I was like a short, fat kid, like up until 18. But yeah, dude, I miss Charles. I miss the store. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Like, dude, if anything ever goes back to normal and Toys R Us like reopens like somewhere close, I'll work there. I'll do a weekend there, because I mean I have my little Saturdays shit going on, but I'll do 2 days there. I'll open. But
if we had the same crew, I would definitely do it.
Yeah, even with the I mean, it's because that's a pipe dream, man. To get the
it's never gonna happen.
Where you just everybody own each other.
And she's like, I would look forward to just like inspiring new young kids, you know what I'm saying? Because I would go in there, I would technically be an old head going, like, let's say next year I'll be 30, and then I'll just be like, all these kids who are like 18, because you gotta be 18 to work there, so there's like 18 19-year-olds, all these young kids, because I was 20 when I started, 20, and just like, oh, this kid's like, this guy knows what he's talking about, and I was like, yeah, I fucking know what I'm talking about. And then like I'll be able to like pick out like the cool kids again. OG. I'm the fucking triple OG, man.
That is a good feeling, because that's kind of what I am at Target now. You know what I'm saying? That's like,
oh, you are the OG.
Yeah, bro. It's like walking
in there.
Yeah, walking up. Kyle see me there, like walking up in there.
Work there, man.
And it's like it's very different at first, but then I've said it before. It's like you learn to embrace it. Like all these kids here, it's like I'm cool enough with them. Like we talk, we have conversations, but then I also like when we start getting deeper into the combos or whatever, even if it's just training them for retail, because I end up training everybody now. It's just like, yo, it feels good to be known as like the OG around here.
You gotta take it to the OG.
Yeah.
At that point.
Young blood.
Oh man.
So you pretty much Uncle Drew.
That's why that name is fitting, bro. That's why the name is fitting.
Even though I'm Uncle Drew though.
With the
not with that injury prone body that you got, bro.
I mean, technically Kyrie is injury prone, so
that is true.
So. That's Kyrie, not Uncle Drew.
But I think I'm all healed up now. I think I'm ready to play some basketball.
What's crazy? What's crazy is that like once me and Kyle got to the point where we were cool enough to start like trash talking to each other, everything became, it was almost every day one of us would be like, "Hey man, I'm about to trash you in basketball or whatever." We've only played ball with each other twice.
Yeah.
I remember the first time Justin was actually there. I don't know if you remember this, bro.
Yeah, I sprained my ankle.
Yeah. And it ended up being like the three of us, some other old dude, and then like it was the tallest dude on their team.
Tall dude.
Ralph was there too.
He wasn't there on that day.
Yes, he was. He was there when I sprained my ankle. Yeah.
He was?
Yeah, there was four of us. Yeah. I think just continue your story. Yeah. I'm telling you, Ralph was there.
I think he was.
I'm telling you, Ralph was there.
I remember we ended up playing against a bunch of high schoolers, and they were like,
I'm glad I didn't play that game.
No, we did. That's who we played against.
I didn't sprain my ankle in that game. I sprained it just playing with us. It was just like It was just the four of us, and then I went up for a rebound.
This is a different day than I'm talking about.
But I remember you guys playing against like a bunch of kids, and my ankle was already fucked up.
All right.
Because dude hit me in the nuts.
Yeah. Dude hit you in the nuts.
I was like, we both got hurt that day.
Yeah. All right. So it was.
I'm out this game.
Yeah.
So it was that game, and we didn't even play against each other. We were on the same team. Yeah. I remember I was asked that game too.
Like, you pulled up from. You tried to pull up like Dane from.
Bro, this is before I had a shot. This is before like
those dudes, they started talking trash and ain't got mad. Like, so he pulled up like Carlton. He pulled up like Carlton. He's like, oh, y'all talking trash.
I don't even remember that. I was like, oh my god.
I don't even remember.
Everybody's looking like, oh, don't do it. He just pulled up.
They just passed you the ball and you just shot it. I was like, oh my god, what is he doing?
Yeah, that was not my best game, bro. I would take that shot now confidently. I played enough to the point where I feel like I could do that now.
From half though?
Yeah, no, I practiced that. Like I'll be playing we got Kyrie coming on soon. Like we played a lot of 1-on-1 with each other.
That was hilarious.
But yeah, bro. That game wasn't.
High schoolers talk. You got your game in half. Like,
no,
that quick.
Hey man, I'm a different dude these days, bro.
He not shooting. He can't shoot. He can't shoot.
Someone dished it to him and he just launched it. I was like, oh my god.
Like, oh wow.
I think he aired it.
He did. He's like, wow. That escalated quickly.
I don't think I got the ball the rest of the game.
Probably not, dude. I remember I just kept walking because I didn't want it to get stiff. Pause, my ankle. I didn't want my ankle to get stiff. And like Kyle was already just holding his nuts. And then this guy, you're the last. Well, I think Ralph was still there too. I don't think he left yet.
And then there was that other old guy that was there too. Yeah,
but yeah,
that random dude.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, he just launched it.
That was hilarious,
bro. I had a terrible game. I think I maybe had a couple rebounds. I probably had a few turnovers, maybe an assist.
I think you scored a couple buckets.
No, I didn't. I didn't score at all. I remember. I remember.
I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Look, man, I'm all for hyping myself up, but I can also accept when I had a trash game and I had a terrible game.
It was all me, that big dude.
You were scoring. You were scoring. Yeah, the other random dude was like the tallest dude. I remember he was trash talking his friends, and he's like, "Yo, you got 4 grown ass men on your team. What you hype about?" But then
then that young dude, he got mad because I kept giving him the business.
So he hit you in the nuts.
And he need me when he went up for that layup. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done this game. I felt like I was dying.
Yeah. And that was like 2016 when that happened. So I remember the next time we played was last year. And that was the day that you were supposed to come too, but I think you had a late night or something. Because that was the day you ended up meeting us at TGI Fridays.
But
probably, yeah.
But I remember this game.
Yeah.
It was me, Kyrie, and Ralph against you, Princey, and Mike. And I remember, like, me and you were, like, we didn't guard each other on every possession, but it felt like, yo, finally we're getting the matchup that we've been trash talking each other about for years.
I remember that one.
That was a good game.
That was my Achilles, that injury. So I couldn't really run, so I was just, like, walking flat-footed.
You were playing on a bad Achilles?
Yeah.
But it's like,
but I wasn't, like, playing. Like, it was pretty much, like, walking.
Yeah. Wow.
It was the first game we played was just a 3-on-3, and then we end up being on the same team against all those other dudes that showed up. So I'll say like that first game, the one time that we actually did play each other, I think we went toe to toe as far as how many buckets we each had.
I think we did. I'm pretty sure we did.
So I guess we got.
I was going Tim Duncan,
and then with an
I think I hit you with the dream shake.
With an asterisk that you had an Achilles injury.
No, you were hurt after that game though. I think going into the first one, you were fine, right?
The first one?
Yeah. Didn't you get hurt after the first one, and then in the second one?
I thought you said you showed up with the Achilles heel problem.
It was hurting, but
it wasn't 100%.
Kyle, like a rebound or something.
Doesn't count.
And then when I came down, I was like, "Oh yeah, I feel it now."
Doesn't count.
Hey, there wasn't a 1-on-1. This was a team game.
It wasn't 100% Kyle, so that doesn't count. Because Shades tries to take any W he can.
Hey man, I'm confident in my game, bro. If I'm gonna take an ass whooping, I'll take an ass whooping.
1-on-1 with Kyle.
Hey man,
I'm fresh. I'm good now, so we might have to.
I wouldn't want to see that.
Hey, bro, I'll say I'm a competitor. You remember like when John was here and you guys were asking me like, would you rather let Embiid dunk on you and take a picture or something, or
something like that?
Yeah, and it's like, yo, I'll play whoever. If I get my ass whooped, I get my ass whooped. But I've played the games enough to the point where it's just like I'm gonna compete. If
it's always gonna be somebody.
If I get swept, if I lose 11-0, it's happened before. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Kyrie has it right now. We've been switching back and forth with that thing. Nah, but he'll admit though, like over the years, me and him have played so many one-on-one games with each other. It's like maybe when we were playing in 2018, I would get so angry because it's like the guy's like 4 inches above me. You know, he's an athlete. Even with the knee injuries, he's still athletic. He had like 40 pounds on me at all times, so it's like when he posts up, it's hard to stop him. There would be times he would sweep me. Now when we play, it's always going at least 6 or 7 in the best of 7. So if I lose, I lose. But I know my game has improved over time just by like, they always say you get better if you play people that are good. It's like if I take my ass whoopings, I'm gonna take them, but I'm still gonna go out there and compete. So when the time comes, bro, we might have to just do that one-on-one.
I'm ready whenever. It's just you never hit me up when y'all playing ball. You always hit me up after. He always hits me up afterwards. Like, yo, we just got done playing.
No, because we be playing. We play while you're off today. We play while you're at work. You know, we played while you were at work. I remember you though, and every time I did hit you up, you'd be like, you either wouldn't respond or you would just be like, hey man, like I'm busy right now.
It'll be something where I'm like somewhere far, like Maryland or
we
something.
Play in Pennsauken, bro. You don't even live around us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, me and Kyrie, we just.
Where are you coming from?
Pemberton.
Oh, so
I'm only 30 minutes from.
Yeah, you're not too far from here. No, yeah, because I mean, we can.
It's actually a different part of Marlton. I swear.
Yeah,
every year
we're in the woods.
I find a different part of Marlton.
Yeah,
and I'm like, hey, I did not know Marlton was this big.
Did you pass the sports complex when you came through, or did you come from like another direction?
I'm not sure which direction I came from.
Well, did you not pass like a bunch of like fields, like baseball fields and like
the baseball field right there?
Yeah, well, not that one that's near me. There's like it's like a sports complex where it's like you'll see baseball fields, soccer fields, football fields,
basketball courts.
There's a couple basketball courts. So you might have come.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like where the Blue Barn is. If you ever heard of the Blue Barn.
I think so.
So it's literally walking distance from here. So I mean, for sure, we will definitely get this. We will play because for some. Well, I mean, if you guys want to play random people, go to your courts because there's probably people at your courts. No one comes to these courts ever since they've reopened. I've been able to just shoot around for an hour and get like a little workout in.
That's crazy because most of the public courts, it's always swarmed with people.
Well, yeah, just remember what area we're in.
Very true.
Well, I remember the first time I came here with John and the three of
us. There were some kids
there.
There
were people there.
Yeah, there were some kids, but not like people waiting. You know what I'm saying? It was just kids. But yeah, man, we actually have some future stuff happening. I have another camera coming. And I'm going to do some live stuff for like my YouTube channel. And one of them is a 3-point contest with your boy right over there. We have $100 on the line.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So who's in this 3-point contest?
So right now, just me and him, because he says that he can smoke me and has no problem. You know, in the beginning, just to preface this, he had no problem. He said he can smoke me, and please do not chime in. I'm just telling him what it was.
All right.
It was me betting. It was just because he had a real big problem contradicting himself. So anyway. I bet him $100 he couldn't beat me because I talked trash on his corner jump shot, and I was like, yeah, I could beat you in a 3-point contest. I was like, and he was like, I will smoke you in a 3-point contest. I was like, okay, put 100 on it, and then he was like, no. And I was like, okay. I thought you can smoke me, and he was like, I can't smoke you. I was like, so you should have
a problem.
Okay. Don't chime in because this is exactly how I'm explaining it is the truth. I was like, so you should have a problem. Put in 100 if you want to smoke me. And he was like, nah, I don't want to. I'm scared to lose 100. And I was like, oh, so you're scared? He's like, no, I'm not scared. Ooh. And I was like, but you just say you can smoke me. He's like, I can't smoke you. And I was like, okay, so you should never. So we kept going back and forth. Even his best friend Tina tried to talk him down to 20. He didn't even want to do 20. And then he tried to bring him the whole bullshit, the sportsmanship. You do it for free. Nah, it's not fun. So anyway, I think a good month passes, and I think of a new punishment. I think that's what that. So he technically does practice because I don't play. I play since my court's open, I played twice, and that's just shooting around. I'm not playing against anybody.
That's what I've done. So
like a month passes, and I think of a new punishment, and then it gets him on board with the $100 because I think I was gonna make him post something on his Instagram, like something like I had the eye tailor, and he doesn't want to tarnish his Instagram, so. He's down for the $100 now, and so we're gonna film a 3-point contest, 5 balls, Paul's. It's obviously not gonna be set up like 25 balls because no one has. So we'll just do like you shoot 5, and then we'll have other people there to like give the balls back, set up the next 5, set up the next 5, set up the next 5. So, and it's just one round. He wants to do multiple. He's like, what if someone gets lucky? I'm like, that's the point. Like, and I'm saying he should have no problem. He's talking about his shot. His shots got better. He plays Kyrie. He plays almost every other day. He definitely plays every week. And he should have no problem.
So you've been playing hurt.
He's been playing.
I've been playing, bro.
I can't wait for this to happen because, like, God forbid you lose.
If I lose, I lose, man.
But yeah, so he's down with 100. And I mean, that day, I mean, shit, man, if you want to put in 100.
Bring Colin on this, if I could beat both of you guys on the same competition,
it would be a different one. For the 3 of us, I would put 20. For me and you, 100.
All right, because that's if we could do that, and then we do another one with him.
Yeah, I'm down for another 3-point contest.
I'm down right now.
We ain't playing. It's all rainy and shit out here.
He said, "I'm down right
now."
No,
I mean,
he's been practicing.
He's ready. That's why he's so ready.
I literally just bought a basketball.
I mean, I'm down like right now. I'm saying I'm down for that 3-point shooting now. Like I'm saying I'm down right now at the moment.
Yeah, we'll have I'll have my new camera by then. We'll get if Tina comes through, she can shoot it with my camera, so she doesn't have to worry about hers. And then we put the $100 down. Put the $100 down. Just a bill. Like not 5. This dude want to do 520s. I'm like, nah, man. You put a bill down. I'm gonna have
to go to the bank to get that task.
Go to an ATM.
I do. If I put 100, they give me 520s.
What bank you got?
BB&T.
I guess maybe that's why. Because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Wells Fargo would just give me 100. The ATM. But anyway, that's gonna happen pretty soon. Yeah. That's gonna happen soon. So I mean, you can be there to watch it, and then I mean, we can do our own, and then whoever's there, we can just get a game going.
And participate.
Let's go, man.
But yeah, this dude has like 18 basketballs, so we should be fine.
You've been practicing.
Yeah, and he practices, so that's why like it won't. If I lose, I won't be surprised. But it's just that I just have a feeling that he'll buckle under pressure.
I won't. But I'm just saying, like, that's why I say like 2 rounds, because 1 round you can get lucky.
No,
2 rounds is skill.
No.
Like, I literally just picked up a basketball like the beginning of June. I sent a little clip to him, but
you were looking like Chalmers in that clip.
I just bought a basketball. Like I said, the last time I played was
when we played.
Yeah.
So it's been spurts, spurts.
The last time I
played basketball.
Last time I played an actual game was probably last summer. Yeah.
Hey man, just don't get hurt.
I didn't even play a game. I just was shooting around.
Yeah. Don't get hurt shooting those jump shots.
I'm trying not to.
That's all I've been doing. I just shoot around now. Just get a feel for the court, because that's another thing too. And that's why, just one game. Just one game. So you shouldn't be. That's why the pressure will get to you.
I'm gonna shoot around before we start.
Of course,
I knew he was gonna say that.
You got, like you said, man. You got to get accustomed to the court. You know how in the NBA 3-point shootout, you see them shooting before they go on.
I'm not.
All right, man. Everything is fair game though until it starts.
What do you mean it's fair game? What are you talking about?
I'm saying it's like if I want to shoot around a little bit before the.
Oh no! Once I show up with the so you better get there like an hour beforehand then, because once I show up, we starting.
I just might do that.
So you like Randy Moss? Just show up.
Just start doing it. Because for me, it's all about the fun. He has so many things like riding on it. Like I just want to fun. I just know that it's gonna be a funny video, and I might win or lose $100. That's it. He's like, yo, I might win, I might lose, I might fuck it. I gotta get adjusted to this court. I always gotta prove to the world what I'm capable of, man. That's what I'm saying. You put a lot of pressure on yourself.
The world doubts me. The world doubts me.
Who doubts you? Bro, I just said you're gonna win.
The world doubts me, bro. I've been. That's where the zero comes in. That's the mentality I always have.
You think the world doubts you, but in all actuality, it's you doubting whether
I don't doubt myself, bro. I don't doubt myself. I'm confident in myself, but it's just like,
thank you, Kyle.
There are people out there. that I know probably I'd be like, you know what, dude right there, he's got no shot. That's what they're saying.
I feel like he's in his own like cartoon sometimes.
So I gotta prove him wrong.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just funny to me.
It is kind of hilarious.
But yeah, one go.
The way you say it.
Maybe we can do rounds for the 3 of us.
All right.
Yeah, but for you and me, it's one go. Just straight up.
All right.
Right around, dude. And then like, oh man, it's gonna be so much fun.
We're doing Moneyball, right?
I think we agreed on that. Yeah.
NBA 3-point contest.
And then time limit as well. Yeah. So you can't. Well, I mean, we don't have to do time limit, even if we do put money on it. But time limit for us because I don't know.
It has to be like 2 minutes though.
At least 2 to 3 minutes. Because
can't
like
be all day. Like, oh man,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
minutes to
like you're adjusting it.
It depends on how
trajectory right.
It depends. Like the people have to. Like we're gonna try and put people to rebound the ball, so they're not like running all the way over here, and then that's wasting.
And I mean,
time.
there will be a timer, and then someone could stop the timer once we have to move the balls to the next section. So like, yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's easier. We'll just do 30 seconds per rack.
All right.
Like you say,
20.
You might not even. You
20
probably
seconds.
don't even have to set up.
No, yeah, 20 seconds.
Unless you actually got a ball rack.
No, I don't.
You can just have somebody.
Just
right,
just like
Yeah,
just 5 shots here.
20 seconds. I'm
20 seconds per rack, and then we just someone's on the phone just timing it. So,
that is crucial because you want to get that money ball off too. So
it's
just
20 seconds per rack. Yeah, that's better. Man, 20 seconds per rack, and then one time around. This is good. I can't wait till this camera comes in. I'm so hyped for it to come in, but
I'm hyped to see it ain't gonna come out serious.
See, everyone's so excited to see you, bro. Everyone who I tell this to, they're just like, yo, I want to see how he's gonna do because like they know
you just gonna show up. And just,
it's because I'm passionate, bro. I'm passionate, bro. I'm passionate, bro.
Because what if I wind up smoking you?
No,
you gonna come out with the KG powder? Game time.
I just can't imagine if I
got no friends on the court.
I can't imagine if I smoke you. Oh my god! If I smoked you, I don't think we could be friends anymore.
Damn, bro.
But no, by your standards, I think you wouldn't talk to me.
Hey man,
he would take a hiatus from going on the show. He would just
Jimmy Butler out there.
I'm not the same person I was in 2013, 2012, bro.
That's 2K.
I'll take my L's, and if you beat me, you beat me. You're a better man that day. But I'm coming with a very competitive mindset, and I'm ready.
This is true. Like that basketball game, they say, "Oh, he can't shoot. He not shooting."
Oh, that game!
And you launched it. So I believe the competitive spirit.
Bro, everyone I play with knows, man. It's that's just how I get sometimes, man. Basketball is like the only sport I'm really passionate about. So.
That's good. So next time when we actually play full court and we actually are on opposite teams and you try to guard me,
I think we have to make it a point.
I know I can get you out your game.
I think we have to make it a point so that you guys are on opposite sides.
We get everybody on the team.
Yeah.
Like, all right, guys, we're going to talk trash to Ant.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to take control of the game on both ends of the court. And we just going to have a ball with it.
I can only imagine, like Shade's trying to run point.
Nah, I don't run.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I got this, and then like drives it. I'm like, oh no, don't do that.
I played enough ball in my life to know like what I can and can't do. But
no, if like someone gets in your head, that's what I'm like. That'd be funny.
Kyle's not gonna get in my head, bro.
I'm the type of player. Like I don't talk trash when I play any sport.
Yeah.
But once I feel like, I see that you can get affected by stuff real easy. I
won't, bro. You're not going to get in my head, bro.
We're going to affect them because at some point he going to mess up and he going to mess up bad. And we just going to keep taking advantage of it. So once I know you're competitive. I've seen it from that. So I'm definitely going to attack it.
Hey, man. Go ahead, bro. I'm ready. I'm ready
for you.
You
going to let him attack your teammate like that? He just crossed your teammate. Can't you play better defense than him? Teach him how to play defense. They ain't going to get in his teammate head. The next thing you know, y'all gonna be battling with each other.
What? Hell no.
It's gonna spread like that. Competitive is good and it's bad.
I'm not a toxic teammate
because it spreads like a virus.
I'm not a toxic teammate. I'm not that type of dude, man.
Watch. And then what's gonna happen is once I get the team involved in getting in your head, your teammates gonna see that it's affecting you.
I'm gonna get benched. I'm gonna get kicked off the team.
They gonna bench you.
Or just bench you while you're on the court, just not pass it to you.
And then you're gonna get even more upset. Like, yo, pass me the ball, man.
Yo, he has a whole process. He's gonna fuck your game up.
Bro, this is a pipe dream for Kyle. This isn't gonna happen. He said he gonna fuck your game up. Hell no, man. Come on, bro.
I like the battle psychologically.
No, I could tell. I could tell that you're a psychological guy.
I do.
Because it's just like, yo, I know I can just get in his head.
Once you get in somebody's head, you can pretty much.
You won't get in my head, man.
Do whatever.
You won't. My basketball IQ has improved, has skyrocketed since those years.
I cannot even be doing. I could be on the court and I could be doing nothing at all. I could just run up the court, pass the ball, and I feel like I can get hit. Yo, you see that pass? I just passed my teammate the ball. Yo, he just cooked y'all.
Just the constant talking.
I'm like, what? You didn't even do anything. I was like, I just passed him the ball.
That's that old.
That's what leaders do. That's what good teammates do.
See, this is
they make a play so their other teammate can make a play.
See, this is gonna be a hell of a back and forth that we're about to have.
Yeah, it is. I can't wait till this happens. But yeah, we got the 3-point coming soon. We're gonna get the game going.
Damn, what if we get more people in? Would you be down if more people would put 20 in to join?
Oh, definitely.
For 3-point contest?
Yeah. If at that point we might as well just be like, a whole pot.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
That'd be dope.
$20.
But yeah,
we calling all y'all out if you want to get in this.
Yeah, hit up.
Then that'll turn into a real competitive.
Yeah, hit up the Pass the Vibes Instagram page, Pass the Vibes _presents, and I feel like we could. Yeah, I
feel like we'll have this episode be out after we do this, so maybe we could just post something.
It'll be soon because my camera should be coming this week.
This episode wasn't scheduled to go out for
like a couple
weeks.
Yeah.
I'm about to just post, be like, yo, if you're interested, come through.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I think that'd be dope.
I can't wait. But I'm glad you're able to make it here, Kyle. I know how busy your life is. Being a father too, being an essential worker, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
essential.
Nah, this was fun, bro.
No, I'm so glad you're able to make. I mean, if you're able to stay a little bit longer, man, you can get on a couple gameplays. It's up to
watch.
You can watch, yeah. So you can watch. Up to you. Oh yeah, say we had Double Dragon.
Some nostalgic memories.
Say we had Double Dragon. If I can get that going, we can play that. But
see some classic games.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, but this has been a good one. A good relaxing, and then towards the end, funny because I like to talk shit. I love talking shit.
Oh, I can't wait to see y'all do that 3.
I can't wait for it. Dude.
I can't wait to.
I cannot wait, dude.
I can't wait to just drain my threes.
If you want to hear the first conversation, I think it's episode
this one with Tina on it. It's 10,
something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, listen to that. It's like an hour in, like the hour mark, and he just gets all fired up because I made fun of his corner jump shot. But
like the one I think it was either him or Kyrie. One of them shot, and man, it sounded like one of them was working at a steel mill.
That was the yo. Kyrie's got beef with you for that, by the way, too, bro. Kyrie was like, man, this dude. He's like, man, this dude Kyle's hating for me.
He said all net. That thing sounded like that ball was rattling down a steel mill.
Nah, that was I was filming the video for him when we were at the courts. I remember Kyrie was like, man, why this dude Kyle hating on me, bro? He's like, where's this hate coming from, bro? He's like,
that shot sounded horrible. It went in, but it's like.
To his defense, that the backboards in Cinnamon all sound like that. But like, nah, bro. He told me that like I'm still like number one. Like as far as like his rivals go, he said that you skyrocketed at number 2 after you said that to him.
Dang, so I gotta.
Nah, man.
That'll be a good one too.
I'll definitely school Kyrie.
And Kyrie.
We'll get Kyrie out here too. Yeah,
he's younger than you, right?
Kyrie's 25, or he's about to be 25. He's 24.
Yeah, I'll definitely go old school.
But yeah,
I'm gonna go Hakeem the Dream on him.
I can't wait.
Like I got you. That dream shit.
Bro, we had the same number of points in that game. But the same number of buckets.
Asterisk, he was injured. So
injured, but the highlights.
But he knows though, because like once we like, it's crazy how like your biggest rivals end up becoming your best teammates too, because you know their tendencies. Like not that we played together that many times, but that second game we were on the same team. Like you knew where to pass the ball. I just pulled up and like
very true.
Yeah, and I knew how to get him too.
Was he in the corner?
No, they were like wing threes.
Yeah.
It was unlike that first game, it was respectable because the dudes you're playing against, like, yo, guard the dude, he can make the 3, which is what you want to try this.
Of course, he got a fucking hard on after you heard that, probably.
Maybe I did.
He probably.
They said I could shoot.
Hey, bro, I got a couple of trays that game.
I also gave him like go ahead and shoot. It's like because all I'm doing is passing.
I was making
if I have an open shot, I'll shoot.
Floor general.
But I'm passing.
But yeah, all of this will be coming soon. I can't wait for it to happen. And yeah, obviously you are more than welcome back to come on the podcast.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, this is just all about just
babysitter. I'm good.
This is all about just chilling and shooting the shit and making fun of Shades. So,
all for it.
All for it. Oh my God! All right, and with that,
the Shaq and the full MVP.
Hey, bro. Regardless, you're still my rookie.
Ooh,
you're still my rookie. I'm still your vet.
We'll be.
Or actually,
oh my God.
Into the vet.
Ooh.
The rookie turned into the vet.
Ooh.
Young blood.
Ooh. Yeah, we'll see this on the court. But yeah, with that, it's only going to get better, man. And it's your host, J Rod.
It's been your man, Uncle Drew. Give your sign out, bro.
If you have one.
My sign out?
Yeah, if you have a sign out.
I'll just be the big fella.
The big fella. All right, man. We'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Deuces.